I read this first chapter. This is a replay because I wasn't able to explain all of the ones that I've done, but we'll just go back for keeping it in order's sake. We'll go back. Chapter 1, I read powerlessness. One of the titles is God's greatest surprise and constant disguise. What do they mean by that? A lot of times in the Bible, we see like the humble will be exalted. The least will be the greatest, and the greatest will be the least, right? Pride before the fall, and then humbling yourselves before God, you'll be exalted. It's this always constant juxtaposition of like what we think should be higher ups, the higher ranking, and what God thinks should be higher ranking, right? And it takes us to be humbled in order for us to get to the next step, to the next level. And so I think that was amazing insight. The only thing that's standing in our way of elevation is our pride, right? We can go back to what Dr. Mike was saying, right? Sometimes you gotta go down to get in. You can apply that to the kingdom, So you gotta humble yourself in order to get into heaven. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, this step, humbling yourself, is admitting powerlessness. Because that's what it is. You're admitting that you're powerless over a situation. I can't do it all. Doing that is a crucial step in understanding how to build your relationship with God, because it's totally on dependence, right? It's the power greater than yourself, right? And that's the same thing you do in recovery, and that's what he says. It's a vital, crucial step in doing that, finding a power greater than yourself, because what it does is shows you your limitation. So therefore, you're able and willing to let someone else take over. And that's exactly what it is. With us addicts, our higher power was just our substance of choice. That's all that was. You feel what I'm saying? So now we stopped our substance of choice. Now we have to face a real issue, our ego, that false sense of self. We have to let that go. That's difficult. That's a difficult thing to do. The quote on here too of page 6, right? It says, "What the ego hates more than anything else in the world is to change, even when the present situation is not working or is horrible." So what that's saying to me is that we've really identified with our ego. It's impossible for us to let it go. That's what it is, right? But the big book says, this step is simple, but it's not easy. Like, of course, it makes sense in our minds. It's logical. That's simple. However, it's difficult to, it's easier said than done. And so that's what it is. And I wrote about that, man. This was a heavy chapter. So I wrote, "Admitting that I'm powerless doesn't make me weak. My trust in the process gets me through the week, till the day that we meet. My stand at your feet. Had enough of the nonsense, the mission complete. Last time that I checked, his timing is best. How often I find that alignment is best. Alignment correct, assignments are next. Now I write with direction, I blindly accept. His life and his death, the price of the debt. It's crazy, he defines the price of life with his death." Only God can do that, man. Amen.